All right, guys. Today's Monday. Gonna do a recap today. If you see, my beard is completely gone. I look like a different person. Uh, the reason why I got rid of my beard is because, as you guys know, we're in the midst of the coronavirus. We are in the middle of this quarantine, and every single day in quarantine is like Groundhog's Day. Every single day, we keep doing the same shit over and over and over again, and it gets so boring repeating the same stupid thing all day, every day. So I want to kind of shock my system and shock my body by doing something outrageous. So I got rid of my beard. If you guys know, my beard is like my thumb. I love it, and I love the way it looks. I love everything about it. But I decided to just get rid of it to kind of just add some change into my life during this quarantine. Now, when I look in the mirror, I don't recognize myself. Now, when I'm walking around and people are seeing me, they don't even fucking recognize me. My little 2 year old cousin doesn't even know who the hell I am anymore because she's only known me with a fucking beard. So it's been kind of weird and different to get rid of my beard. But these are kind of things that I'm doing to stay human during this quarantine. Everyone is losing their minds. Everyone is going crazy. Everyone is bored. So adding some contrast, adding some spice to everything is kind of keeping me sane. So let's talk about trading today, right? So I actually came in with the idea of talking about my trades on APOP and AMC, and I'm going to do that. But before I went live, I got a PM from someone that said he joined about 20 days ago and he's deciding to quit because he's not making any progress in his trading. So there's a lot of things to unpack with that one message, right? So I want to get through that first. Number one is, what profession, what skill can you become a professional in or be good in 20 days? If you want to make more than a doctor, if you want to make more than a lawyer, if you want to make more than an engineer, if you want to be in the top 10% of Americans, do you think it's going to happen in 20 days? If it could happen in 20 days, there'd be fucking trillionaires everywhere, right? So that's the point, guys. The point that people don't understand is that just because you have not improved in 20 days does not mean that it's time to give up. Most people, when they join, they absorb videos for 3 months, for 6 months before they even start paper trading. So you're telling me that you joined, you watched videos for 1 week, you didn't even fucking paper trade, and now you're getting into the point where you're going to give up. Sure, give up, whatever. That's what most people do, right? Most people give up. But if you realize and if you start to think differently and say, hey, I've been here for 20 days and I'm not making any progress, maybe I should be watching, rather than watching 30 minutes of videos a day, maybe I should be watching an hour of videos a day. Maybe I should be reaching out to the moderators for one-on-one phone calls. Maybe I should attend the webinars more often. But that's not the way people think. The way people think is, oh, I didn't make money in 20 days. I losing money, it's time to give up. Number one is, you should not even be trading with a live account until you've been paper trading for at least a month, right? At least proving that you could do this, right? The members that make money, the members that find consistency fast, the members that find consistency in a month or 2 months are watching 6 hours of videos a day. They're watching 10 hours of videos a day. So that's kind of the place where people are the most confused on, right? They see someone like Faye who joined 2 months ago and is already making thousands and thousands of dollars a day. They forget the fact that she watched all of the videos. She attended all of the webinars. She put in the work. Whereas you, if you're watching one video a day or slacking off and you are not seeing progress, maybe you are the issue, right? Maybe you are the issue. The point, the point of this rant, this point of this thing that's kind of bothering me is, how can you expect to make more than the wealthiest people in the world by not putting in the work that they are putting, guys? To become a doctor, it takes you 8 to 10 years of schoolwork. To become a lawyer, it takes you 5 to 6 years of schoolwork. To become an engineer, it takes you 5 to 10 years of schoolwork. So after 20 days of becoming a doctor, right? 20 days in class, they're going to let you operate on a body. After 20 days of going to law school, they're going to let you go into court and argue a case. After 20 days of being in engineering school, they're going to let you build a bridge? Do you guys understand what's happening here? People want instant gratification. People want to show up and make money on day one. They don't understand that before you become good at anything, you must study and learn, right? Education, learn what you're doing first, right? We are not selling you a get rich quick product. We're actually selling you the hardest thing ever, which is hard work and education, right? If we did the same bullshit that all these other scammers did, sure, we would have more members, but we would also fucking ruin what we're going for, right? We don't want to become like anyone else. We are not a pump and dump, voice alert, email alert, text message alert, get rich quick bullshit, because that doesn't work. You lose money, right? So whenever I see people that come and cancel after a month, I'm just like, you know what? They're probably not going to be successful at anything. That's just the truth. And it's a little bit harsh to say, but how can you expect to be good at anything in fucking 1 month? That's what I don't get. After 20 days of you not making money, maybe why don't you think I should be back paper trading? Maybe I should take advantage and call Austin or call Tosh for an hour phone call. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do that. No one got anywhere by quitting, guys. No one got anywhere by giving up. And especially if you want to get to the level, like knock on wood, I feel very blessed to be on the level that I am. I traded for 1 hour today and made $3,700. But people forget that I've been learning and studying and improving for 6 years now, right? If I told you that if you work your ass off for 6 years, you can make 500,000 to $1 million, everyone would say, "Fuck yeah, it's only 6 years." But when they actually go in and they actually do it, after 20 days, they're giving up, right? And that's the point, guys. The point that I want you guys to understand is you could become wealthier than your wildest dreams if you do this properly. But you will not be able to get to this level if you are not studying and putting in the work. Remember, when you start trading the live market, you are trading against the professionals. You are trading against the algos. You are trading against the Goldman Sachs fund managers. You are trading against the likes of me and Bao. So you are being thrown into the ocean filled with sharks when you are trading live, guys. So think about that. When you are trading live, you are trading with the professionals, LeBron James, fucking Michael Jordan, all these people you are trading against. So it is actually in my best advantage that you study the less and you don't do the work. So smarter people who put in the work could take advantage of you, right? So realize that before you start trading live, before you put real capital on the line, you have to first practice. Before you ride a bike, you have to have your training wheels on. Before you operate on a body, you operate on a dead body, right? Before you go to a trial, you do a mock trial, you practice, right? That's the things that people don't understand. So the next time you are thinking about quitting after 1 month or 2 weeks or 3 weeks of watching one video a day, remember that the people that found consistency in a month or two put 10 times the amount of work that you are not seeing behind the scenes. People always think that me and Bao just woke up one day and we had an amazing edibles trip and somehow, some way, we became these gods of trading. We just woke up, took something, and we had this magic pill, and that was it. What they fail to realize is it took us years and years of learning and losing money to get to where we are today, right? It took us lessons to lose money to make the amount of money that we are making right now. 1 year, when I was 1 year into my trading, I was losing money. When I was 2 years into my trading, I was break even. It took me about 3 years to finally start making money because I didn't have a process. I didn't have a shortcut like you guys have with MIC. So I had to lose money to learn what not to do first. The point I'm trying to make, guys, is your success is a direct result of how much work you put in. Why do you think people like James, like Tom, like Harry, like Faye, like so many other people are consistently profitable and making money? I don't think it's because they're smarter than everyone. I just think it's because they work harder than everyone. That's the point, guys. The point is that these people, that you are not seeing the work they are putting in behind the scenes are the ones that are making the money, right? There's no way you could be successful in anything with only a month of studying, guys. And even if you study for 1 year, right? If you devote 1 full year to studying, just straight education for 1 year, you are going to live the next 30 years however way you want because you're going to have understood the process. The problem is that everyone that wants to trade is scammed by these guys on YouTube that have cash in their hands and say, I made $20,000 last week trading stocks, and you can too. All you have to do is follow my Forex signal. People are scammed. People have the wrong idea of what to do in the market. So when they join, they don't paper trade. They watch one video and they say, time to fucking go and play with the sharks. The sharks are laughing. The sharks are waiting. The sharks are hoping that you guys don't study. Because if you lose money, that shark is taking your money. So it is in their best advantage that you guys do not learn how to trade and you do all this stupid shit like email alerts and text message alerts and all that bullshit because someone smarter, someone that has put in the work, someone that has learned is going to take advantage of you. Remember, Bao said it today as well. If you want to, I just don't get it, guys. I really just don't get it. I don't get how people think that they are going to swim in the stock market filled with sharks, filled with billionaires, filled with fucking trillion-dollar companies by only studying and only learning for 20 fucking days. I don't understand, guys. Those are the people that will not make it because they are quitters. If you expect to see instant results in a month or 2 months, this is not for you. I had to work my ass off for 6 years to make $1 million a year trading, right? I now know that if I work another fucking 6 years, maybe that's going to change to $5 or $6 million on the year. But I realize that the amount of work that I put in is directly related to how much success I have. The more work I put in, turns out the luckier I fucking get, right? The luckier I fucking get. So that's what I want to kind of start with today, guys. And if you are not finding success at a different service, a different community, or a different something, then look around, right? The way that you could judge if there's a community or a chat room or a membership or mentorship or whatever you want to do to see if they are the right fit is do not look at the teacher. Forget the guy in charge. Forget the pump and dump guy. Forget the guru. Look at if the members, if the students are making money. Because a chat room guru, a chat room pumper does not have a repeatable strategy that others could follow. The way that they make money is by you chasing their picks. If you do not chase their picks, they cannot make money. So you need to have a community where the students, the members are consistently making money because that will prove to you that the teacher is not pump and dumping. They are actually teaching you something that you can repeat. And we have a bunch of testimonials at myinvestingclub.com/testimonials. We actually had someone that DM me on Twitter or Instagram. He's like, hey man, I see all your testimonials, but I just can't believe it. It can't be real. I don't think it's real. I'm like, motherfucker, do you think I have time to sit on my ass and fucking call up someone to Photoshop fake testimonials from people? Number one, that's illegal. If you promote fake testimonials, that's illegal. And number two, I don't give a shit if you join because Bao and I are actually making more money trading than we are teaching. So anyway, let me get back to the stocks on the day. So let's talk about AMC first, right? So AMC is a movie theater company that is about to go bankrupt, I'm pretty sure. And they had news today that Amazon was looking to buy them out. Most of the time, news like this is fake news. They use news articles like this to pump the stock up for insiders to dump it, right? It is a way for them to kind of get saved from their shitty averages. So oftentimes these buyout rumors, especially with companies like Amazon, are bullshit. But whenever a company puts Amazon or Walmart in their PR, right? Whenever a company puts Amazon or Walmart in their PR, it becomes pumpable, right? News outlets could pick it up and it becomes pumpable. So normally, I don't trade stocks that have billion-dollar companies in their PR. This is one of the rules that Tosh taught me, right? So again, as a community, we all come together, we all learn from each other. So this is a rule that Tosh has. He doesn't short companies. He doesn't short stocks with big companies in the PR. But what I did is I took it a step further. I said, all right, I know the news is bullshit, but it might be pumpable. Why don't I just wait for price action to tell me what's going to happen and piggy bank the price action? This morning, we got a pop towards $7 or 7.50 or some shit like that, and we started to downtrend. So my plan was, okay, because we're downtrending, I want to short a pop on this towards 7. We never got a pop towards 7. The stock washed out to 5.85. We got a bounce towards VWAP around $6. So I shorted some at $6 and I covered out at 5.80. So I made about 30 cents a share on a stock with low stress because I basically stuck to the process and waited for it to tank. A little bit later, Chicago trader, aka Matt, who's our fundamental analysis guy, he mentioned that a PR came out that Amazon is denying that they're going to buy out AMC. As soon as that PR came out, I shorted the stock because now what reason does this stock have to be up, right? What reason does this stock have to be up? If Amazon declines and says that uh, this is not real or we're not going to buy them out, the stock should technically go back to where it came from. So I shorted some at 5.50 as soon as that PR came out that Chicago trader mentioned to the guys in the room. There was ample enough time to short that. Shorted it, made another 30 cents in a couple minutes. So now after 2 trades, I made 60 cents a share and I was done, and the stock continued to go lower without me. So AMC was an example of them using a big billion-dollar, trillion-dollar company to pump the stock up for insiders to sell. And then they came out saying that the PR was fake, and then boom, tanked. So that's an edge, right? That's an edge. Let's talk about APOP. What is APOP trading at right now, guys? So APOP is, let me see what APOP is trading at so I can kind of mention it. APOP 4.3. Okay, cool. So APOP, if you look at the daily chart on APOP, APOP is an A plus setup for me. So I'm gonna actually say this very silently, and I hope that no one is really fucking paying attention. But I'm gonna give a secret tip because now we're 20 minutes into the video. Most people don't make it this far. So for those that made it this far, let me explain something. Look at the chart on APOP. Look at the daily chart. If you look at the daily chart, you will notice that every single time that it pops on volume, it pulls back. The last 5 or 6 times that it ran on volume, it pulled back. To me, that's usually an A plus setup because chances are the probability tells us that the 7th time it pops, it's probably gonna fucking tank again. So I personally love to see these daily charts that cannot hold their gains because that tells me that shit, it's just gonna repeat the same thing over and over again. So that's something to look out for. Always look at the daily chart first and see what happens to the stock on a day that it has elevated volume. Does it have a day 2 move or does it tank on day 1? If it tanks on day 1, I know that once it comes to backside, it is not fucking coming back. The last 2 times that it ran, Bow posted a chart, and it went straight fucking down. The last 2 times that it ran after backside was hit. So now I know that the last 2 times it ran, it tanked all day. I know that the daily chart shows that it tanks all day. And now we have a stock that's under VWAP and breaking the line. So chances are that if it breaks, it's probably going to tank all day. So that's my little secret for all you guys that kind of made it this far in the video. So now let's talk and pretend like that didn't happen. So APOP was a trade that I was interested in for all those reasons. If you look at it in the morning, I basically waited for the stock to tank and I want to short the bounce. As the stock was bouncing towards $5, I mentioned to the guys in the room that I am looking to short the bounces on APOP. I don't know how much more clear I can make it because I put my plan in the watch list as well. But I was like, look, my plan is to short the pops on APOP after it tanks. It tanked, chat room bought it up to $5, shorted it, and I got out around like 450 or something like that. Now, let's talk about the support level, right? So there was a $4.30 support level. So if you are by your screens now, draw a line through $4.30. This is the line that would trigger something that we call the backside of the move, right? So usually what we want to see on a stock like APOP is we want to see it pop up, We want to see a death candle, right? We want to see a death candle or a stuffed candle to tell us that the top is in, and then we want to short a bounce. So on APOP, you could very clearly see that $5.30 is the support level, right? This is not the death line, right? This is not the death line. This is just the last, this is the support, the major support that the stock has right now. Every time it tested 430, it bounced. Every time it tested 440, they soaked at 440. So we know that if $4.30 breaks, that's going to be the point of no return on the stock. And before I started this recap, the stock was at $5. And through my recap right now, the stock is under $4.30. So what that tells me is if I want to short this stock, right? If I want to short this stock, now that it is under $4.30, now that it has confirmed, it makes for a low stress short trade, right? It makes for a low stress short trade. Most of the time, what people do, and I am guilty of this as well, is that I short in anticipation of this break. I short at 450, I short at 460, I short at 470 because I am anticipating it. But if you just wait, right? If you just wait for that 430 line to break and attack after that, you will have the most low stress trade that is possible. Today on APOP was a chat room pump and dump nonstop. Buy, sell, buy, sell. And they created a bunch of artificial volume, artificial liquidity. So when all that madness, when all that fake volume left, so did the stock price. It fucking plummeted. So again, these are the things that it took me and Bao years to learn, right? These are the small little nuances, right? These are the small little nuances that got me and Bao to create the strategies that we trade. And the reason why that 430 is not the death line is because it is not the last support on the chart, right? I think there was still support in the $4 mark or the 380 mark. So that's technically the death line. But 430 is the level where if it goes under, all longs that bought at the open are now underwater, creating resistance for us. Does that make sense? So do you guys have any questions? I went through a lot of stuff here. You love the clean shave. I kind of hate it. It makes me feel like a child. How old was I when I started trading? I was 19 years old. I am 25 years old now, and I've been trading for 6 years. So imagine it took me 6 years to get to the place that I am. And I am very grateful and I'm very blessed to be here. And if you told someone else that they have to work 6 years to get here, I'm sure that they would want to do it too. The problem is that everyone is a talker, no one is a doer. Everyone just likes to talk out of their ass and they don't like to do the work. So for those that join MIC and do the work, they find success, right? Members like Faye, members like James, members like Tom started with nothing, right? These guys started with nothing, but they realized that education came first. So they devoted weeks and months of education until they got to where they are. Did I ever want to throw in the towel? Every fucking day, every single day that I lose money trading, I want to fucking quit, right? Every single day, even if I fucking lose 20 bucks, I want to quit. But what I like to remind myself is adversity builds you, right? Adversity is what builds you. Do you think someone like Jeff Bezos never wanted to quit? Do you think someone like Bill Gates never wanted to quit? Do you think people like fucking The Rock never want to quit? All these guys are faced with adversity every single day. Yet they push through that adversity, they grind, they hustle, they let their hard work show the world what they're going to become. Every single day I get trolled, right? Every single day, people call me a fraud. They say my fucking penis is 2 inches long. They say that I'm fucking a terrorist. And you know what I say to them? Keep fucking talking because you're the motherfucker that's delivering food to my house now, right? All these trolls, all these naysayers, all these losers that continue to talk down on you, use it as fuel and use it as ammunition to say fuck you to them. So right now, APOP just broke 430 and it is at 415. So instantaneously, you made 15 cents a share. And all you have to do is wait for that. How you guys doing? Does all make sense, guys? I got really fired up in the start with this guy that said he wanted to quit after 20 days. If you quit after 20 days, you're going to quit at everything. Remember, it is not about how much you start with, guys. It is about educating yourself first. So build your bankroll by working your day job and studying, and then you could start to trade. How can you tell if it's a bogus PR from real news? Well, in the AMC example, if a company is going to go bankrupt like that and Amazon comes out, chances are Amazon's not going to fucking buy them out. And then they confirmed later today that they're not going to do that. Every single day, I know that if I stick to the process, I will be successful. The days that I deviate is when I kind of struggle. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. If you have any questions, you could text us at 213-458-5997. You could DM me on Instagram if you have any questions. I reply to everything. And what I want you guys to do is I want you guys at the end of this video to reply with one lesson that you learned from this video, right? If you reply with one lesson that you learned from this video, I will pick one random person to get an MIC t-shirt, right? So that's it, guys. I'm going to wrap it up and I'm going to get back to answering questions. I hope this helped you guys. Thanks.